Om Shato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritangamaya Avir Maedhi Rudro Yatte Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are back to our study of Shanti Gita, the Song of Peace, narrated by Bhagavan Sri Krishna to Sri Arjuna, who was in great bereavement due to loss of his very dear son Abhimanyu. So we have read, is analyzing here. Sri Krishna is asking us to think how we get attached to this world. So he talked about lastly that we are not analyzing rightly. That's why we get attached to the things, and we we become very upset if someone we lose. So it says the example was given that every time this body is changing, everything is changing in the world. We do not cry for those losses. Yesterday's some joyful event is gone and today is not there, but we are not worried about that. We are not crying. I'm not crying that when I was a young man, that young body is gone. We have accepted that change because it is a constant change of flux in change. So this example, if we keep in, this is a body, one body, someone is in the body, now he has gone beyond the body. So nothing much to think about, nothing much to worry about, nothing much to feel that we are lost, we have lost anything. So that was the idea of immortality, idea of the soul. Sri Krishna will lead us to that direction. So here we read 11th verse just to touch a connecting link, bring that link. Nadishyate, we read there, Nadishyate balya bhavo dehasya jovanodaya avasthantar samprapto deha parinamet yataha. Nadishyate balya bhavo. The childhood state of this body is not seen when one reaches the youth. So advent, because why? Because avasthantara samprapto. It is always getting its one state to the other state to the other state. Avasthantara sam. It is getting a new state. One state leaving one state, attaining another state, and it is happening every day. It is happening. So as this body is subject to all parinam, change, that is called body. Sirjate iti sarira, that which is changing or that which declines and goes up, that is called the sarira, body. So the childhood state of the body is not seen with the advent of the youth, because the body must undergo change. Whenever there is a body, it will undergo change when a new state is attained. So that is a change state. 12th verse we start today. It says that Otite bahule kale drishtva na jnayate hi sa buddhehe pratyayo matrang tat swaiva iti vinishchayaha. Otite, suppose in the past, I have seen you in the past. Say after 25 years I am seeing you. So Otite bahule kale, that time which has passed. Now Gyayati Hisa, when ample time has passed, just looking at a person who you knew before cannot be recognized because he is not in the same person in the look after 25 years of passing. No, if we see every day, then it is difficult because transformation is happening so slowly that we don't record those. But when there is a gap of 25 years, say, such an example, Utite Bahule Kale, when ample time has passed, maybe 5 years, even someone sees after 2 years, 3 years, oh, you have become so different now. You have added weight. Or someone says, oh, you have lost weight. Oh, your hair has become gray. So, some changes that can be noticeable. So, with ample time, Utite Bahule Kale, Drishtva, when just looking at a person who I knew before, cannot be recognized. We cannot suddenly change. Suddenly, after a long time, if you see, features have changed. But only through the settled belief of the intellect, one will be able to resolve that this person is verily that person. Our brain, our mind will calculate, it has a memory of the past. With that memory, he will link with it and try to say, oh, it was the same old person now in this form. No. So this is the way we recognize people. But this change sometimes makes us impossible to recognize those we know very intimately even. After a long gap, it is very difficult to recognize. But how could we recognize? Na buddhi pratyaya matra. Buddhi, our memory, here buddhi means intellect, understanding. It has its conviction. Pratyaya matra. Intelligence has its only conviction in me. Intelligence says, oh, it is the same man. Only he has changed so much. So that buddhi gives this verdict or controls me to believe that it is the same guy. Tat eva, it is certainly that Vinishcha definitely convinced and determined. No, that intellect only will be able to resolve. Not physically we can make that change, that manage that difference, but intellectually we can understand it is the same old person. Mind gives the validity, yes. Memory gives the validity, yes, that one. So therefore we recognize it as the same person. 13. Napashyati ballabhavam dehasya yauvanagame sutasya janakastena nasochati narodati tatha dehantara prapti matva shokam sakhe johi. O Sakha, O friend Arjun, you conquer your grief. How? Think in this way. Napashyati ballabhavam. You don't see the ballabhava, the youthful age, when you are a childhood. No one sees this ballabhava, childhood state of the body, dehasya. Jauvana agame, when that body attains the state of a youth. No? So with the advent of the youth of the body, one does not see the boyhood state. We don't see it anymore. Where the boy gone? Or the girl gone? When she was just born and were nurtured, this, that. Where that boy, that girl gone? So it has gone. But not gone, it has transformed into another. Transformed into another. So, as it happens, Ballabhavam, Dehasya, with the advent of the youth of the body, one does not see the body state. As a result, Sutasya Janakasteno, the Janaka means the parents, mom and dad of that baby, Sutasya, na sochati. They don't sit and start crying or repenting, ha ha ha, that child is dead and gone. The child, we cannot find the child anywhere. No? No one does that. So, only to convince that everything changed, but there is change going on. It will go on. But someplace we get affected and we go into bereavement and suffering, and somewhere we take it as natural. Yes, the child was boy, boy was adult, adult is mature, matured is old. So we have taken this for granted. But who have given this understanding? Our own buddhi. Meaning here, we manobuddhi chitta ahankar, the four faculties, mind, intellect, ego, and memory. They all packed together. They take it for granted and they don't cry. The mom and dad does not cry because the baby is no more found, which baby they used to take in their lap and feed milk and take care of other things. That is dead and gone, never to come back. But people don't cry for that. So, similarly, Tatha Dehantara Prapti. Only what has happened, you are not seeing this body is changed into another. But what is another, you do not see it like through your eyes. No rodati. Therefore, Matva, thinking thus, that only that body which was your son is now had got into another deho, dehantara, another deho. Knowing this, Sukham Johi, conquer, joy karo. Johi means joy karo, conquer your sukha, bereavement, conquer your grief. No? So, Tale, this is very reasonable, but it is no, we have our human emotions. Reason is one thing, head and heart. No? Head can justify something, but heart cannot take it. That's why we are most of the people, we are called human being, called the rational being, is it not? But human being is no more rational. They are more emotional than rational. Very emotional. A little something, so much disturbed, because reason does not work there. So this is the rational position. All of us behave that way. We don't cry, someone has become old. That's natural, we take it for granted. But someone dies, we cry. We weep. We feel lost. Why? Because you don't see that change, where it has gone. That's why the entire Gita suggests, no? That in the who comes in the body and goes into the body, no one understands that. Body only, it is entering into the body and going out of the body. Vimudha nanu pasyanti, pasyanti jnana chaksusa. Tatha dehantara prapti. That is the way the dehantara prapti, when it happens. So, jnani people don't make a fuss of it, or they don't get affected by that. So, but what is the way to get out of the soka? What is the way of getting out of the bereavement? This is the analysis. If we train our mind, gradually it gets settled into this thought. that this change is inevitable. You cannot stop. No one can stop this change with the clicking of time. Huh? Everything is changing. This table is becoming 1 second old. I am becoming 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, already gone. There's already change, change, change. You cannot stop. No one of us can stop. Accept that change, then it's you're free. If you stuck into the one idea and you hold on to that idea, then people lament for their youth. Some people do that and want to get back their youth. And that's also a tendency is there. Jajati's story is there. So he wanted to have back to his youth again. But again, that body will also be old. Even he was successful by some grace of some holy man, but at the exchange of someone's youth. But again, that body became old again. So where is the solution of it? Therefore, to accept this, it is a changeable universe. Everything is changing. And truth is the unchanging. That is the unchanging. Gradually to go to that unchanging state. Then nothing to be bothered about. Then question naturally comes, what am I seeing this? I'm seeing this reality. It is so real. Then what about this? Then comes 14th verse. It says, Yat pasasi mahabaho jagat tat pratibhasikam samskara vasata buddhir drishta purveti pratyayaha Yat pasasi mahabaho. Oh Mahabaho, mighty Arjuna Arjun, you are a powerful person. Yat pasasi, what you see now, what you observe. Oh Mahabaho, Jagat, this world, that is pratibhasikam. It is a reflected something. It is a semblance of reality. It is like a fake. What you call nowadays ornament? What is the ornament? Gold, real gold, and what is called the imitation. This is all imitation. It is not real. Ramakrishna gave the example, you put a stick in the bucket of water, you see that it is broken into two pieces. Is the really, you see it is broken into two. Yes, you cannot deny that. But is it that it has broken into two pieces? That's why it is Jat Pasasi, as what you are seeing, as world, that is pratibhasikam. It is mere appearance. There runs the entire philosophy of Vedanta. Everything is pratibhasika, pratibhato. It is a semblance of the truth, but not the sun. The sun is reflected in the lake. You see the reflected sun. Huh? The reflected sun appears to be sun, but it is not the sun. If this sun goes away, real sun will remain all the time. These are all reflected. We are all reflected. Consciousness. Consciousness is reflected in each heart. That's why Raja Yoga has said chitta. Chitta vritti. Another example is the reflection theory. Abhasavad. It appears and it's reflected there. You see the moon in the water. You see that. Even there is a story that the fish, those who are in the water, in the night, full moon night, they find all is lighted and they become very happy. They also see the reflection in the water and they play with the moon like a bright fish has come to play with them. And whole night they played joyfully because the reflection is breaking like this, going this way, going that way, and with their playing with their tail, they are splashing and they are playing with it is called like another fish has come, bright fish. But where does it go when the morning dawns and the sun comes out? That moon is gone. So they played with that reflected light, reflected moon, but that was reflected. That is not the real one. So whatever we see here, it is a reflected consciousness. And reflected where? In your mind. So whatever we are seeing, it is all reflected. And this is giving me the appearance and understanding about the truth and truth alone. So, Yat Pashyasi Mahabhav, this is a very deep thing to contemplate. That Yat Pashyasi Mahabhav is addressing to us also. You may be a very strong person in different areas, but you fail to analyze this, that you are seeing the fake things, reflected things, pratibhasi, appearance only, but they have no reality. Appearance only, no reality. In the desert you go, appearance of water, but no water. In the street, in the high temperature, when hot day, you drive the freeway, you find on the freeway there are water at a distance. But when you come close to the water is gone. But you cannot deny that you have not seen it. Your physical thing, your eyes had believed and given the perception of that. But that was a wrong perception, false feeling. So it is pratibhasika. And why are you seeing that? Samaskara vasato. You are seeing because of your samaskara. What is your samaskara? Your past impressions in the mind. In my mind, there are impressions. Suppose I have seen someone, that impression is kept here. When I see second time, this old impression comes out and the new experience comes, and they match together. They try to match and then find out, oh, this is this. So, samaskara vasato buddhe. Buddhe means in the buddhi, in the intellect. That means in the better word is chitta. So samaskara being there, impression there being there, latent impressions were there, and due to vasana, due to desire, the impact of desire in the mind. So what do we do? Drishta purbeti pratyaya. We get convinced, I have seen it before. So it says, the world that you see existing in appearance only. Here the whole philosophy of Vedanta, this is apparent world. Some philosophy will be so high, they'll say you are seeing, it is not created at all. They will say ajatavad. It is not created. Here is a compromise. I see the world is there, but it is not true. It is a reflection. It is a mere semblance. It is a mere appearance. One step go. No, there is no world. It is Atman. Only you are seeing like that, misappearance. The Vivartavada. Parinamavada, Vivartavada, all these different philosophies can be discussed here. Parinamavada, the world has become this. This is real. This is the reality. Reality and this has become one. Parinata, that is, Brahman has become this world. Then Vivarta, no. It appears like that, like the snake appears. The rope is rope all the time. Brahman is Brahman all the time. It has no transformation, but it is only appearance. But whether this appearance remains or none is there or not, the truth, the rope remains all the time. So Brahman always is there. That is the way Shankara approached. Step up. This world you see, it is not there. Just it is not there. Your body, mind, everything is all just a fantasy of your mind. So mind is wrong. So get out of the mind. Amanabhava. Mano, amanabhava. So you go beyond mind. So when there is beyond mind, there is no world. That we experience every day. Every day when we go to deep sleep, so where is this world? This world has no position of existence. So, but we see it sanskaro basato because of our impressions. Mind has gathered so much old storage of information. That's why, suppose we have forgotten certain story, we visited certain place, maybe I have forgotten. Someone reminds me, oh, do you remember that time? We were there and we are eating in this one coffee cup there in that restaurant and this and that. Now I forgot, but my old memory comes out because that information goes through the ear to the brain to the chitta, and then it recollects old such similar waves and brings some pictures. And when I can link, I can say, yes, I remember. And when I cannot, then it's, oh, sorry, no, I can't remember it. So that is because of the buddhi, samskara vasata. Because of the samskara, in the buddhi, drishta purbo, I have seen this before, that type of conviction comes.
But if you don't remember, this means that it's gone out of your sanskara.
And it didn't make such deep impression. Or a memory is not, everyone's memory is not the same. Capacity of the memory. It's a physical thing. Memory is a physical thing. Someone's memory may be strong memory. People remember everything. You told me that thing in 1999 on 31st December. They remember that and fight. So their memory is so sharp. And someone maybe that didn't register at all in the mind. It is capability of his capability or interest also. You may have some, you remember certain thing, what you want to remember. You remember that what. Or another person will be there, they will remember that what their interest. That means it all depends on how we receive it in our mind.
But sanskara is independent of memories. Otherwise, dementia people will be sanskara free.
No, yes. Remembering is a some physical aspect of the impressions are connected there. Remembrance, you remember certain thing, you need some memory. Memory fail, we say memory fail. It's a physical something, some connection. But sanskar should be there. Otherwise, how the memory will come? Even one remembers, memory is perfectly working. If there is no sanskara, then it will not come out. So the sanskara is very important. That's why I say sanskara vasato buddhi. Because of the sanskara, because the impact of the vasat, sanskara vasat, because of the impact of the sanskara, which which has happened previously, so conviction of the intelligence, buddhi, that helps us. Okay? They are giving example like in 15th verse. दृष्ट्वा तु शुक्तिरजतं दृष्ट्वा तु शुक्तिरजतं लोभाद् गृहीतुमुद्यताः प्राक् च बाधोदयात् द्रष्टा स्थानन्तरगतस्तत पुनरागत्य तत्रैव रजतं स प्रपश्यति पूर्वदृष्टं मन्यमान रजतं हर्षमोदित buddhe prattaya sanskarat nastri rupyam trikalake. My God, yeah. So now, drishtva shukti rajatam. Drishtva means having seen that shukti, the seashell, like silver. No? You misunderstand. It is a shell, seashell on the beach of the ocean. It appears like a shining something. Silver also shines. Silver is costly. Some people saw that. And when he seeing that, he went for some other one. And when he went away, then his mind thought, oh, I've lost. I could have picked up those silver. It's costly. Huh? So, lobha, being greedy, being attached to that type of temptation, grohitu uddata, he makes an attempt to grab those shells. Prak badhodaya, before the destruction of the ignorance. He goes to grab how long? If he knows it is sea shell, seashell. So here, seashell. So Pratbodhodaya, before his knowledge has dawned, he will be interested to go and grab that silver. No? So long mind thinks it is silver, then that person, though have gone far away, no? Walking 2 miles, then come back again to grab that. Because I saw the silver, but that time I didn't pay much attention. But I need that. That means before that knowledge dawns that it is not silver, but it is only seashell, oyster. So if we know that, then we will not be able to. If this knowledge comes, then you will not come back again to grab that. But we come back. So see, in our life, this is very important. In our life, we have some experience of joy, fun. Huh? And what happens? I saw that, I experienced that. And they forget, and life takes us to different time zone. But people remembering that again, oh, I have to visit that place once more. Huh? How you feel like that? Because that impression remains in the mind, that is worth seeing. But it is what to see more, the same material art is there. If people go to see different countries, different places. But our Premeshananda Maharaj used to say, what to see? The same earth, same water, same air, same sun, same rain, only the little permutation and combination. One type of trees here, another type of trees there. The same thing, only in different way. And we are excited. People, entire tourist industry is working on what? On this value. I have not seen Hawaii. And what will you see in Hawaii? No, there is some volcanoes. Volcanoes you have seen in another place. What special you will see? No, this color, this. Anyhow, you go and after analyze. Analyzing, you will find it is the same. What is this matter? So then you will be renouncing. That renunciation will come. It will not grab your head like a crocodile and pull you down to that spot. Similarly, all the things of our life which we crave for, if it is prak bodhat, before my consciousness awakens, before I understand the thing, that it is all changeable object, when I get that, until I get that, I'll be attached to it. I'll run for it. I'll grab it. I'll fight for it. That is the human nature.
You have to not this lifetime. You have to come back next lifetime, next lifetime.
Yeah, their endless chain, of course, will be there. Not only this lifetime, we'll be attracted to same again and again and again and again. That's why Shankara says, no, who says, Punarapi jananam maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. Again we are born, this way. Punarapi jananam, again birth, punarapi maranam, again we die. And punarapi jathare, janani jathare, mother's womb, we have to become and live there. This goes on endlessly. So long we think, it is good, I saw it, I want it second time. That's why one sadhu told that what is the sign that you are progressing in spiritual life? If you see something attractive or hear of something attractive, or you have tasted or touched whatever, one time, the first time it happens, that's okay. Everyone will see the same way. But when your mind will not ask for second time, then you know you progressed. Second time means some sense of good experience is in the mind already generated. I want to see that. Oh, again, that comes. But advanced people will see like a mirror. Thing comes, so no impression here. They cannot create impression. So that is only for those who are awakened, bodhodaya, those who are analytical, those who have rational people, understood and renouncing this. And they are not attracted to these things because knowing that these are all oysters or it is seashell, not the genuine silver, not genuine Brahman, not genuine God. These are only reflections or some sort of manifestation appears to be truth. So, drishtva tu shukti rajatam lobhat grahitumuddata. That lobha, which will propel him to uddatam, make him move towards to grab it, uddatam, prak badhodayat, drashta. That drashta, that person who has seen that, prak badhodayat, has not real knowledge, true knowledge has not waking or it has not come, dawned in the heart. So sthanantara gatastata, if he goes even 1 mile away, suddenly he may, I ignored that thing. No, I could have gone and grabbed some of the silver. I'll be rich then. So paying the value of reality, he comes back. And punaragatya tatraivam rajatang sa prapassati. Again coming back there, drishtva, the person who sees sthanottaram gatam has gone another place, tataha, thereafter, punaha again agatta, upon the return, having come back, tatra there, eva verily, rajatam sa prapassati. Say, if he sees the rajata or the silver, purva drishtam, seen what he has seen earlier. And he has seen earlier mano thinking that it is rajata. So harsa modito. Suppose it is real, then he will be happy, harsa modito. Oh, I got it. It is really so much valuable thing. I ignored it. I'll be happy. No? Or if you take it in a negative way, it is the false, then you'll be disappointed. So, due to greed, one attempted to take the oyster shell that appears like silver. Thereafter, before his ignorance was destroyed, he went to a different place. Upon his return, there itself, he saw the oyster shell as silver. He was delighted with joy, thinking that what had been seen before was silver. It is due to the latent impression of firm belief that has already formed in the mind from the previous experience. But there is no silver in all the three periods of time. Understand? He comes back. Still, before grabbing it, he is seeing the silver as it were, but it is a oyster or seashell, no? And as he grab it, before that, he's thinking, oh, I'm very happy, happy. And then you grab it and you see that it is only not the real thing you have grabbed. So it is the ignorance which drives, and it is your brain has kept the impression, got some happiness. Most of our material joy is mental, mentally not thinking properly, thinking that this object is giving us joy. That's why so much analysis. No object can give us joy. Yeah. Object is only changes its shape and form. No object can give us joy because it has not intrinsically, it is matter. Every object is a matter, jara. Only consciousness. As I said, where is consciousness? There is joy. Satchidananda. Three aspects we talk about. Wherever there is existence, in a subtle way, there is consciousness. And wherever there is consciousness, there is joy. But joy is very interior. So you have to deeply lose your identity into that. Then you can feel the joy. This example is common. This lamp is there. Lamp is called the existence. Lamp is on. The light, no? Consciousness. Lamp radiates heat. But to feel that, from a distance I can see the existence of the lamp. From the distance even we can see the consciousness. You see, we are all moving. We are all conscious beings, no? But to feel the warmth, heat, you have to go very close to the lamp. In meditation, you have to go deep into the truth. Then people, that's why people feel so much joy in meditation. So even I do not know, but this existence has behind consciousness, and behind it is the Ananda. So Ananda is everywhere. But we are grabbing Ananda to this, not separating those like that of a peeling off of the onion. External leaves of the onion attracts us. But peel off, peel off, peel off. What will remain? At the end, the space. The space is there, space was there, space will be there. Brahman is there, Brahman will be there, Brahman was there, is there, will be there. But it is covered with so many names and forms. Peel off them, and then you'll find that subtlest of the subtle, finer of the finer, that consciousness, that blissfulness, that joyfulness. So it takes long life's journey. So this is very important. So due to the greed, our greed means our expectation, our thinking that I will be happy with this material object, thinking that this can give me joy. Why I am thinking? Because I have seen that. The example is very accurate. I have seen one time in my life, in this life or in other life, in other life. So it is stored in my sanskar, latent impression. That's why that has given, and that has given a direction. Therefore, as soon as I see, I think it is true. And I want to grab the joy through this material thing. Yes, there is joy. It is hidden. But most of the time we don't get joy through this material object. Occasional, your mood is good, you get a good food, you get something favorable, then you can find that joy. But it is not so all the time. It depends so many conditions. So here, the joy to feel that we are searching life after life for this joy, for this Brahmagyan, for this knowledge, for this divine self. And it is hidden everywhere. But I am running after the material object, thinking they can give me joy. But we because of my past impression, that is even now forcing me to think one way. See, everyone from childhood, they are trained to think, I shall be rich, I shall be moneyed man, I shall be this, I shall be. What is the call? Swami Vivekananda said, it is the call of freedom. We, in life, whatever life, bird life, animal life, beast life, all different strata of millions of types of created being, every life is trying to enjoy and haunted by death and fear. So those samskaras are so big, that's why no one wants to die. Wants to keep them alive, enjoy the life in the way. I'm talking about the millions of people, billions of people, general people like that. Out of that, those who have advanced in that journey, they think, I tried that. From the very birth, they feel that. I've tried that joy to find that joy. It does not please me. That's why they turn their face in another way, spontaneously. Their samskara, their impressions, their latent impressions are telling them, not this way, but this way. How they get it is very critical to understand that it is happening in the samskara level. So samskara has been built up, and that has given us attachment to the world, and also it gives gradually detachment to the world. So we all run to the fake thing, these three verses together, big verse, 15 and 16 are two together. So, Drishtva tu sukti rajatam, as we saw mistakenly that there is rajat or silver, seeing some oyster or seashell, lobhat grahitu muddata, out of greed, out of temptation, goes to grab it. How long? When? Prak bodho udayat. Before my knowledge has dawned that it is not the real silver. Unless I have that conviction, I will run for that. I will try to grab it. Oh, the world is fighting. See, mom and dad, they are all born in the same family, 2, 3 brothers and sisters. So playfully they joined together and ate the same food and shared their suffering and pleasure. And when mom and dad dies with their property, how the brothers and sisters, they go and stab each other. Huh? But out of them, some people maybe they are like, anything you go on. Huh? I'd rather be in my humble way I live. I don't get into this fight. Thinking they can give us joy. So similarly, our life is propelled by this type of samskaras, where we have gathered this idea, this is Nam, Roop, Rasa, Gandha, Sabda, Sparsha, all these 5 subject in the material object can give us pleasure, can give us joy and sustainable joy. That feeling is hunting us, prak bodho udayat. It will drive so long my knowledge or wisdom does not uh, reflect in my heart, this mistake will continue. Okay? So,
People have questions, they can think.
another. So, therefore, I read the translation again. Due to greed, one attempted to take the oyster shell that appears like silver. Thereafter, before his ignorance was destroyed, he went to a different place. Upon his return, there itself he saw the oyster shell as silver. He was delighted with joy, thinking that what he had been seen before was silver. It is due to the latent impression of the firm belief that has already formed in the mind from the previous experience, but there is no silver in at all in the three periods of time. So there is no such attractive thing in the material world. That knowledge will come, and that is called spirituality. That will free us from other bondage. Okay, we'll go for some questions. So we end this class here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Panam Astu. Now we'll be having any question, then we talk about.
No question is there.
That what did you say? I thought that question is there.
No, they announce that if they have question, they can think about it.
Okay, you have any question, please ask. So I left the class 5 minutes early. I can go. If you have any question, you can put. But this discussion is very important. How our samskaras are built and how it is forcing us to go to the fake thing, for that which is not real, that it is not which is permanent, to the impermanent thing, thinking that it is permanent. That is mistake. That mistake is Maya. That mistake is called ignorance. And that is goading us life after life, life after life. So if one understands that this is no more a right thing to chase or probe for, rather to find that which is real, genuine, Satchidananda, then infinite joy, infinite bliss will be there. Why I shall be running for things which are reflected through media and giving a distorted image of it. Okay? So what you are seeing so many times?
People are just commenting.
All comments.
No question.
No question, all comments. Okay.
So we can
Hari
have
Om.
another verse.
Huh?
Can we have another one? Another verse, can we have?
No, okay. So let us contemplate on this idea this today, at least this 16, if you really focus on that, that our greed, our temptation is for things to get joy. We are all, no one is full. Everyone is trying to get joy. But it is mistaken identity that there is no joy, but you are thinking there is joy. Or little spark of joy. So due to past impression, due to past life's fear, Swamiji gave the example, look at that hen and duck. When the mother hen or mother duck hatches them, when the first babies come, you keep them together. One will run towards the water, one group, another group will go towards the land. Why they run this way, why they run that way? Their samskara is such that in the previous life they had this birth. So no, if I go to the water, I will die. And they, because they live in the water, so the ducks are very happy to run towards the water. Like that, samskara plays a big role in our life, and search for happiness, search for joy is also followed by the dictate of our past impressions. Okay, so we end here then. Jai, Jai, Jai. Stay well. Then tomorrow we will have our gospel class. Samisha, huh? So I will give the gospel class tomorrow, 7:30 again. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Ma. Eh?